September 29, 2010, at approximately 9:30 p.m., the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office in Washington State received a call. The caller was Janet Warren, a 63-year-old woman who lived in the town of Forks, located on the northwestern tip of the Olympic Peninsula. Her voice sounded frantic and she spoke rapidly. Her neighbor, Ray McClelland, had not been heard from in 3 days. She last saw him on September 26 when he went into town to buy groceries. Ray lived alone in a cabin deep in the Olympic National Forest, about 20 miles from Forks, far from any roads. He had no phone, only a radio, but it was silent. Janet was worried. Ray was 68 years old. His health was not perfect. He could have had a heart attack or been in an accident. The dispatcher on duty took down the information and passed the call to Deputy Sheriff Michael Torres. Torres had worked in the county for 7 years and knew the area and its people well. He knew Ray McClelland, an elderly hunter and Vietnam veteran, a recluse who, after his wife died 15 years earlier, had moved into the woods and built a cabin on rented land in the national park. He came to town once a month for supplies, mail, and ammunition. The rest of the time, he spent hunting in the woods, fishing, and living off the land. His neighbors respected him, although they considered him a little eccentric. Torres called Janet Warren for more details. She said Ray usually visited her once a week for coffee and a chat. On his last visit, on the 26th, he seemed fine. Nothing bothered him. He said he had seen a lot of fresh deer tracks near the cabin and was planning to go hunting. He said his usual goodbyes and left in his old Ford pickup. From then on, there was silence. Janet asked a neighbor boy to go to the cabin and check it out, but the boy came back scared and said Ray's car was parked nearby, but he wasn't there. The cabin door was open and it was a mess. The boy didn't dare go in. He was scared. Torres decided not to delay any longer. He grabbed a flashlight and a first aid kit, entered the coordinates of Ray's cabin into his GPS, got in a service jeep, and hit the road. It took him about an hour to get there from Forks. Most of the way was on paved Highway 101. Then he turned onto a 12-mile dirt logging road into the forest. The road was narrow, rough, and in some places rain-worn. Olympic National Forest is one of the wildest forests in the continental United States, covering about 1,000
by what they discovered and immediately called.
This creature was spotted by a team of researchers in a forest in Texas, but as they got closer, they were completely terrified by what they discovered and immediately called the police. During an expedition in a remote part of the forest, the group was busy collecting samples when, suddenly, they saw something moving in the distance. It was a tall, black figure with long, disproportionate legs. They couldn't identify what it was, but its presence caused discomfort. Curious, the researchers followed the creature from a distance, recording everything. The closer they got, the stronger the feeling that something was wrong grew. The creature suddenly stopped and slowly turned its face, revealing disturbing features that left the group frozen in fear. Without warning, it disappeared into the forest. Terrified, the team decided to call the police. But what the officers discovered when investigating the site was far more terrifying than anything the researchers could have imagined. Want to know what they found? Click the plus and comment "strange"